All Hit Radio.
Welcome to the X Zone, a place where fact is fiction and fiction is reality. Now, here's your host, Rob McConnell.
Welcome back, everyone. This is the X Zone. I am Rob McConnell. We're coming to you live and around the world on the Starcom Radio Network from our broadcast center in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. Worldwide toll-free, 1-800-610-7035. The extension is 0. On all social media sites, X Zone Radio TV. You can send an email to us while we're on air, xzone@xzoneradio.tv. And you can listen to the show 7/24/365 at our main website at www.xzoneradiotv.com. Wow, what an hour that was with George Green. Once again, if you'd like to get the complimentary copy download of his book entitled The Handbook for the New Paradigm, his website is www.nohoax.com. That's www.nohoax.com. We also played a commercial during the top of the hour break about the Alien Cosmic Expo 2015. Well, for those who can't attend in person, no problem. You can actually watch the expo live via pay-per-view. Now, the cost of the pay-per-view stream is $25 a day or $65 for the entire 3 days. And the broadcast schedule is, let me see, on Friday, June the 26th, from 11 until 12, Leslie Mitchell-Clark and Wes Roberts are going to be doing the opening ceremonies and the speaker introduction. Then from 12 until 1 p.m., Michael Horn, he's going to be speaking about spiritual teaching, the reason for the Billy Meyer UFO contacts that we were discussing in the previous hour with George Green. From 2 until 3:30, Jason Quidd is going to be talking about star beings, pyramids, and DNA through the Egyptian postures of power. From 3:45 until 5 o'clock, Patty Greer is going to be talking about crop circles, deciphering the message and understanding the origin. From 5:30 until 8:30, from 7:30 until 8:30, Grant Cameron will be talking about the White House UFO story. And then from 8:30 until 9:30, Stanton Friedman will be giving his talk on flying saucers and science. And that's just day one. And for all of those speakers that you can watch on pay-per-view, plus there's going to be programming that we're going to be doing in between, it's the best $25 you'll ever spend, and you'll be right there, front row seat in the comfort of your own home, your own office, your own car, your own boat, wherever. As long as you have internet, you'll be able to partake in this worldwide event. For more information, go to www.digitalbroadcastnetwork.ca. That's digitalbroadcastnetwork.ca. And the main website for the Alien Cosmic Expo 2015 is aliencosmicexpo.com. Wow. Today is Wednesday, right? That's right. Thanks, Craig. Or is it Tuesday? I forget. No, today is Tuesday. Thanks, buddy. What we've decided to do every Tuesday, the second hour, is to do old-time radio, because we did play a couple of X-1 last week, and we were inundated with letters, emails, text messages, phone calls from you, the X-Zone Nation, saying we loved it. We were able to sit back and let our imaginations do the work, the theater of the mind. That's what it's all about. So tonight I'm going to play Man in the Moon. Once again, this is from the X-1 radio series. So what I would like you to do right now, X-Zone Nation, is to sit back, close your eyes, relax. Well, don't close your eyes if you're driving the car. Thank you. But let your mind be the theater. You are the director. You're the lighting director. You call the camera shots. You put everybody in costume. If you want to do it in color, imagine everything in color. If you want to do it black and white, do the same thing. This is what old-time radio was like. It invited you to use your imagination, to be part of the radio broadcast. So without any further ado, this is X-1, the man in the moon.
Countdown for blastoff. X minus 5, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, X minus 1, fire. From the far horizons of the unknown come tales of new dimensions in time and space. These are stories of the future, adventures in which you'll live in 1,000,000 could-be years on 1,000 would-be worlds. The National Broadcasting Company presents X minus 1. Tonight's story, The Man in the Moon.
Attention, attention. This is the Federal Bureau of Missing Persons calling all local agencies. Attention, this is a coded report nationwide. Missing since 9 o'clock this morning the following persons: Smigley Jonathan, 5 feet 8 inches tall, brown hair, brown eyes, mastoid scar behind right ear, last seen wearing blue top coat and tan cap, wanted by Los Angeles. Hello, get off this wavelength. This is a restricted band.
Hello, Earth.
Whoever you are, you're on a coded wavelength. Tune out. This frequency is reserved for the Federal Bureau of Missing Persons.
Hello, Earth. This is the moon calling Earth. Hello, Earth.
This guy's loony.
This is Jake in transmission.
Jake, this is Charlie of the code room. Some crackpot is on our frequency.
Yeah, I heard him, Charlie. I've got CQ trying to trace a source now. We should have a triangulation any second.
Well, hurry it up, will you? Some ham is in for a good stiff fine by the FCC.
Yeah, they ought to take his license away. Oh, here comes Lenny with the directional fix.
Right.
Thanks, Lenny. Hey, what's this? This is impossible.
What's going on down there? How about it? Get that ham out of my kilocycles.
Oh, listen, Charlie, unless this is a gag, that interference is being beamed from 240,000 miles away.
Oh, now, Jake, you know there ain't no such thing as 240,000 miles away.
Yes, there is, Charlie. Straight up.
Oh, now, wait a minute.
Charlie, that signal is coming from the moon.
Are you nuts?
Well, somebody might be bouncing it like a radar signal.
Radar on this frequency? Where'd you study basic radio?
Now, listen, Flathead, you asked for a fix. I gave the best fix our instruments can find. Take it or leave it. Somebody on the moon is calling the Bureau of Missing
Mr. Timken.
What's the sweat, Charlie? Shouldn't you be broadcasting?
Listen, Mr. Timken. You know I'm a sober citizen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Never once have I broadcast with the smell of alcohol on my breath, right?
Right.
In all your 12 years here at the Bureau, did I once
What's
ever...
the matter, Charlie?
We're picking up a message on our wavelength.
Did you report to the FCC?
I ain't got the nerve.
Well, what's wrong?
You'll scream when you hear this, Mr. Timken. You'll jump right out the window, but... we are getting an SOS from the moon. Well, that's it. He started on voice and switched to Morse. The way the signal repeats sounds like a phonograph record or automatic sender of some sort.
Well, what's it say?
Let's see here. Can you read me? Help, Otterburn. Will contact when moon is in phase.
Let's have that again.
Can you read me? Help, Otterburn. Will contact when moon is in phase.
Otterburn.
That sounds like a name, huh?
Otterburn. Wait a minute.
Something registered?
Cornelius Otterburn. Holy jumping Jehoshaphat.
Hey, where are you going?
Talk to the chief.
Hey, wait a minute. What are you going to tell him? We just got a CQ from the man in the moon?
That's exactly what I am going to tell him, Charlie.
This Just too much for me.
Washington Star-Ledger.
Let me have O'Brien on city desk.
A moment.
O'Brien?
Seamus,
Yeah?
Charlie Starbuck down at the Missing Persons Bureau. You want a hot one? No kidding. This'll cost you a beer, okay?
All right, shoot, Noodle Brain. I'll stay on your wavelength for 30 seconds.
Okay. We just got a radio message from the moon.
Yep. What?
From the moon.
Call me back when you're sober.
Okay, Seamus, if you don't know a story when you see one,
I'll send you the name of a good psychiatrist. So long, Orson Welles.
How do you like that? You don't believe me.
Otterburn, Mr. Wade. Now, does that name ring a bell?
You're the man with the photographic memory, Henry. What about Otterburn?
Cornelius Otterburn, atomic physicist, reported missing from his home in Baltimore on June 5th, 1945. Just 5 years ago. Vanished completely.
Are you trying to tell me you really think there's something to this man on the moon business? Henry, I'm surprised at you. This is some crackpot trying to jam the airwaves.
Yes, but the name Otterburn is so unusual.
So
Mr.
are a lot of names.
But I have a theory that...
I was afraid of that. Henry, you always have a theory. Let's see, what was it last year? Oh, yes, that people disappear in occupational psych.
But it's true.
Please, Henry, I'm a busy man. You expect me to believe that this Otterburn is sitting up on the moon, sending out shortwave messages?
Well, he might be on Earth bouncing the messages off the moon, but who's to say he isn't on the moon?
Henry, as chief of this bureau, I have my hands full trying to coordinate reports from 48 states and Alaska. I have no time to include the moon.
But, Mr. Wade...
Out, Henry.
But, Mr. Wade...
Out, I'm busy.
Yes.
Oh, here. Take this folder of reports for the dead file.
Yes.
And no more nonsense, eh, Henry?
Yes.
I appreciate that you have a very dull job filing old missing persons reports, and I appreciate that you take an active interest in the affairs of the Bureau. But no more nonsense, eh?
No, sir. No more nonsense.
Pardon me.
Hmm?
You are Mr. Henry Timken.
That's my name.
Permit me, Jefferson Philo, scientific feature writer.
Oh, how do you do? Oh, are you a newspaper man?
Not exactly. I write as a hobby. Occasionally the papers give me leads on an assignment. If I may have a moment of your time.
Oh, certainly. Just sit down at my desk over here.
Thank you. My, that's quite a stack of papers.
Filing. I'm the records custodian of the Bureau. 12 years and never misplaced a record.
Magnificent. I admire the precise mind, Mr.
Timken.
Of course. Now, Mr. Timken, Mr. O'Brien, the editor of the Star-Ledger, said I might drop by and investigate a rumor. Only a rumor, mind you, that a message from the, moon?
Well, we aren't certain it's from the moon. It may be a bounce. They have bounced radar waves off the moon, you know.
Yes, I know. I wrote the first newspaper article on it.
Really? I'd be interested to read it.
I must have a copy in my
Well,
briefcase.
don't bother.
Oh, but I insist. Oh, yes. There you are. I'll leave it on your desk.
Oh, thank you very much.
Now, about this message from the moon, Mr. Timken.
Well, now, we don't know for sure, as I said. But I believe that this message, wherever it originates, is from Cornelius Otterburn.
The physicist?
Oh, do you know him?
I once wrote an article on his contribution to nuclear mechanics. A brilliant man, Otterburn. Years ahead of his contemporaries.
Well, whoever is sending those signals, if he isn't on the moon, is at least using the moon as a sounding board, bouncing the signal.
But why, Mr. Timken? Why?
Well, if you will come here tomorrow night at 8, Mr. Philo, we may learn the answer to that question. I've arranged with Charlie, our radio man, to let me use the equipment.
May I consider this an invitation?
You certainly may.
Very well, sir. Until tomorrow night, then.
Goodbye, Mr. Philo. Let's see now. Aiken, Abelard, Abramson, Rono, Atch. That's funny. Now, where did this list of names come from? Paul Ahrens, astromathematician. Robert Simons, electronic engineer. Carl Parker, mining specialist. Well, this must have got mixed up with the papers on my desk by accident. Peculiar list of names. Oh, good morning, Charlie.
Oh, hi, Mr. Timken. See, we made the papers.
Oh?
And how? And as the chief steamed up about it, he really gave me what for.
What did the paper say?
Oh, mostly ha-ha. Here's the Herald. Listen. Man on the moon contacts Missing Persons Bureau. Missing atomic scientists sitting on the moon, say Bureau experts, etc., etc. What a panic.
Well, no wonder Mr. Wade is hopping.
Say, about tonight, Miss Timken, I don't know.
Now, you promised you'd give me a key to the radio room.
Yeah, but I didn't expect
Well,
this.
I'll take full responsibility with Mr. Wade.
At the time for the morning broadcast, we got quite a list today.
Well, mind if I listen a while? We may hear Otterburn.
Well, I ain't self-conscious. Just stick around.
Yes.
Attention, attention. This is the Federal Missing Persons Bureau calling all local agencies. Nationwide. This is a coded broadcast. The following persons are missing. Aaron's Dr. Paul,
What?
5'5", brown hair, brown eyes, scar on left side of chin, thick glasses.
Aaron's.
Occupation, astromathematician. Missing since 6 o'clock this morning. Being sought by Bel Air police.
Charlie.
Repeat, Dr. Paul
Charlie,
Aaron's.
shut it off a second.
Hold it. Delay 1 minute. Listen, Mr. Timken, it's okay to stay, but you can't interrupt
Now,
this.
this is important. Did you say Dr. Aarons was reported missing this morning?
6 a.m. We got the report from Bel Air less than an hour ago.
Are you certain, Charlie?
Positive. What is this?
Charlie, what's the next name on the list?
Let's see. Simons, Robert, engineer.
What?
Came in less than 20 minutes ago.
20?
Hey, what's the matter with you? You look like you've seen a ghost.
It's nothing, Charlie, except that last night, quite by accident, someone left a list of names on my desk, and that list included the names of those 2 men who were reported missing within the last hour.
What? Oh, that don't sound right to me.
Well, it isn't right, Charlie. It leaves a big question to be answered. Who would make up a list of missing persons before they were missing, not after?
And you say this list of names was left on your desk accidentally?
Well, I believe so, Mr. Wade.
Do you have any ideas, Henry?
Well, it's hard to say. Mr. Philo left some papers from his briefcase.
Mr. Philo?
A science feature writer.
I see. You were the leak on that story, then?
Yes, sir, I'm afraid I was. I didn't think it would be treated as a laughing matter.
Well, we'll deal with that later.
Yes, sir.
What's this Philo like?
Well, he's a strange old duck, bald, thick glasses, tall. He walks stooped over. Seems to know a great deal about scientific data, but, of course, being a science writer,
Is there any other possibility?
I believe that this is all hooked up with the broadcast from Otterburn.
That seems to be a very remote possibility.
The Missing Persons Bureau deals in remote possibilities, Mr. Wade.
I do not require a statement of policy.
Yes, sir.
What's the theory?
But for some time now, it has been my contention that in a country like ours, where even the cleverest criminal can be ferreted out and located eventually, there is no such thing as a missing person.
I was afraid of that.
Now, for 12 years now, I have kept the central files, where information from all over the country is channeled and recorded. I have made a private study.
This is beginning to sound familiar, Henry.
And I have discovered that each year, literally thousands of persons vanish, leaving no trace. They are never located. Where do they go? Nobody knows.
And
And they disappear in interesting cycles.
what sort of cycles?
Occupations, for example. 1 year we'll have a run on, well, say, coal miners. Next year, the proportion of engineers increases. And then scientists. And
What do you think happens, Henry?
I don't know, Mr. Wade, but I'm beginning to suspect that somebody else has discovered the same phenomenon, even to the point, perhaps, of being able to predict who will turn up among the missing next.
Philo?
Well, I don't know, but I would like to find out.
And you think Otterburn may be a part of this picture?
Mr. Wade, I definitely do.
Henry, do you honestly expect me to buy an idea like that?
It is more than an idea. The 2 top men on this list are missing, and...
Maybe so, but the rest of them aren't. Parker, Watson, Gibbs. Why, I saw Parker in the restaurant where I had lunch today.
Yes, but
and if
Mr.
you think
Wade-
I'm going to make myself a laughingstock by accepting such a crack-brain theory...
Well,
Excuse me.
Yes.
Hello, Wade speaking. Yes? Yes? I see. What name? Just a moment. Henry, let me see that list again.
Here you are, sir.
Go ahead. I see. I'll get back to you. I guess I owe you an apology, Henry.
Sir?
Carl Parker was just reported missing.
Parker?
3rd man on your list.
Holy mackerel.
Exactly. Henry, for a good many years now, I've ridiculed these theories of yours. I don't know. Perhaps I've underestimated you. Maybe this time you've really stumbled onto something.
What do you intend to do, Mr. Wade?
I don't know. I haven't thought it out yet.
I was planning to listen for another broadcast tonight in the hope that Otterburn might try to contact us again.
Good idea. I believe I'll join you.
I also invited Mr. Philo, the feature writer.
Oh? I'll be glad to meet him. I'm beginning to get interested in you, Mr. Philo.
Wait, you don't think
that he's mixed up in this?
Yes.
I don't know, Henry. But it suddenly strikes me that we don't know very much about him, really.
We ought to contact the police.
No, Henry. I think we're better off keeping this between ourselves for the moment. We're dealing with the unknown. And in solving an equation for the X factor, it's often easier to limit the number of terms. You follow me?
I don't know, Mr. Wade.
There may be more danger in what you have discovered than you are aware of. Let's keep it quiet. You agree?
Maybe you're right, Mr. Wade. I hadn't thought of the danger involved.
8 o'clock. Mr. Philo is late.
Well, he said he'd be here. He strikes me as a man who keeps appointments.
Look out the window.
Yes.
The moon is almost in direct phase. We can't wait much longer.
Well, it's a perfectly clear night for transmission. If anybody's sending, we ought to pick it up with this equipment.
You'd better switch on the set.
Yes. I never realized how eerie this office could be when it was empty.
I'll have to light in the hall for Mr. Philo when he comes. Are you getting anything?
Just some foreign stuff, I think.
That concludes the British portion of tonight's programming from Johannesburg, South Africa. We continue in April.
That's a peculiar transmission sound.
Earth.
Now, that sounds like something. See if I can work the selector.
The moon is in phase.
Yes.
Hello, Earth. Can you hear me?
I'll try to return. Hello? Hello?
Hello, Earth.
Hello, do you hear me?
Oh, I get you now. Thank God.
Who are you? Can you hear me? Who are you?
This is Professor Cornelius Otterburn. Hello?
Go on, I hear you.
Not much time. They're on to me. They've located my sending point. You hear me?
Go ahead, keep talking.
I've only enough oxygen for a few minutes more.
Well, where are you?
I'm on the Earth side of the moon. You get that? The Earth side of the moon. A volcanic crater.
Good. Start that recorder, Mr. Wade. Go on. Explain, please. Explain,
Now
please.
listen closely. There is an Earth colony on the moon. There is an Earth colony on the far side of the moon, made up of renegade scientists and criminals. Professor Ernst Halsman.
He died in an insane asylum in 1938.
Professor Ernst Halsman discovered nuclear rocket power in 1935. Turned his plans over to escaped inmates of the asylum. They took off and set up a colony on the far side of the moon in 1938.
Go ahead, we're recording you.
Each year, they recruit new colonists from Earth. Slave labor, mostly. I was kidnapped in 1945.
Yes, I know. Keep talking.
They wanted me to work on atomic drive for their flying discs.
Still getting you. Go on.
Last month, 6 others and I escaped.
Speak louder.
You've got to stop them. Stop them.
Stop who?
The moon colony. Planning to take over the Earth. Invasion. Oh.
Hang on.
No oxygen. Hard to breathe. Listen. They have agents on Earth. You hear me?
Agents on Earth? Where? Who? Hello?
Agents
Henry, look out.
Lights.
Someone at the window. Get down. Henry, are you all right?
I think so. This shot smashed the transmitter.
And the lights. Strike a match. Careful.
It was close.
I got a look at him. From the description, it was your Mr. Philo.
We got a recording anyway, but not the most important part of the message. Poor Otterburn, suffocating to death.
Henry, we've got to get you out of here. He said they have agents. Philo was probably one of them. He'll be looking for you now, trying to kill you.
But the police...
You think the police would believe a fantastic story like this? People being kidnapped to the moon as slave labor? Moon colony planning an invasion of the Earth? But Henry, believe me, they'd trap us into straitjackets before we could finish.
We've got to do something.
We need time. Time to get through.
You don't think my theory was bunk then?
I know it wasn't, Henry. Right now, my only concern is for your safety.
But we can't walk out of here. Philo's probably waiting.
Listen, There's a service elevator that leads to the basement garage.
Yeah?
We can get down there. There are some delivery trucks parked there all night. We can probably get one started. The garage door's off the ramp, work from the inside. We'll start the mechanism and make a run for it.
I don't know. I think if we call the police...
By the time the police get here, we'll be dead. You think Philo will wait outside all night? Come on. That's an order.
Okay. But what about the recording of Otterburn's notes?
We'll leave that here in the safe in my office. They'll never get into that. Let's go. You buzz the elevator while I hide the recording. This is the basement. Come on. Keep to the side.
Yes, sir.
Shh. Let's try that delivery truck over there. I'll get in. All right, Henry. You start the mechanism to open the garage door, then jump onto the truck.
Yes, sir.
We'll make a dash for it.
Where can we go?
I have a farm outside Chevy Chase. It's private. Miles from the nearest neighbor and completely hidden by trees. We'll run for that. Go ahead. Start the door up.
All right.
Quick, jump in. Here we go, Henry. Cross your fingers. We made it out all right. Anything doing?
There's a blue coupe behind us, Mr. Wade. It's easily following.
I'll cut up Pennsylvania Avenue. Now Route 1, toward Baltimore.
It is following. He turned with us. Can you go faster?
Not much faster.
Oh, he's gaining on us.
I've got an idea. Hang on, Henry.
Yes. Why'd you stop?
I'll turn off the lights. It worked. He shot right past us. Now we'll double back and go out another route.
Well, I don't see anything. I think we've lost him.
Good. I think everything's going to be all right now. We can be at my farm in less than an hour. Not much longer now. Is anyone behind us?
I thought I saw the blue coupe again, but I was mistaken. Whew. This place is really out in the wilderness.
We can stay here indefinitely till we figure out the next move. Just up this third road now. There's the house up ahead.
You're not going toward it.
No, I have a better idea. There's a big abandoned wheat silo on my grounds. It's down a hollow where it can't be seen except from the air. And even then, the oak trees shield it. We'll hide you out there. Now, we leave the truck here. It'll never be seen. Come on.
Yes. How did you ever find this place, Mr. Wade?
I've always liked seclusion. I bought it about 12 years ago. Come up here in the summertime to get away from it all. There's the silo.
Certainly well hidden.
There's a small door around the side. Come on. Be careful of those bushes.
Yes.
It's hard to see them in the dark.
Do you suppose Philo will find us?
I assure you, Henry, Mr. Fowler will never find us here. Not in a million years. Here's the door.
It's pitch dark.
Hold my arm. I know the way. Just a few steps up and another door.
Steel. This is an unusual silo. Double-walled, wood outside and steel inside.
Completely fireproof. An army couldn't wreck it. We're inside the inner shell. Careful. We're in a circular room. Stay here a moment. I'll go outside and see if the coast is clear. In a moment, your eyes will become accustomed to the darkness. I'll bring back some food and water.
Don't be long, Mr. Wade. This place gives me the willies.
Just a moment.
Mr. Wade. I swear I hear something. Mr. Wade. What's that? There is something. Good Lord. There's someone in here. It's locked. Oh, no. Mr. Wade! Mr. Wade, let me out! alone in here. Mr. Wade! This must be a light switch. Thank God. Oh, no. People. 10, 15, 20. Mr. Wade, help! Help!
It will do you no good to shout, Henry.
Mr. Wade, where are you?
Outside. Speaking over the intercom.
Mr. Wade, there are people in here. 15 or 20 of them. They're sitting like statues, just staring at me.
They won't hurt you, Henry.
What?
They've all been drugged. They're even more helpless than you.
But who are they?
Permit me to introduce them, Henry, since they're currently unable to introduce themselves. The gentleman seated before you, the one with the scar, is Dr. Paul Ahrens, the astromathematician. Next to him is Mr. Robert Simons, electronic engineer.
Names on the list.
Yes, you're familiar with the rest. They've all been, shall we say, recruited for work with Professor Halsman's group on the moon.
Moon? Then you're one of them.
Of course. Oh, yes. There's one whose name was not on our list. If you'll turn around, Henry, you'll recognize the drugged form of your old friend, Mr. Philo.
Philo? But I thought...
That he was part of the conspiracy? No. On the contrary. His snooping made it necessary for us to include
Please put the man in the window, the one who fired the shot.
an agent of mine, the pilot of this ship.
Ship? What ship?
This silo was camouflaged for a rocket launching platform. In a moment, the roof will slide back for the rocket's takeoff.
A rocket ship?
In exactly 70 hours, you and your companions will join Professor Otterburn on the moon.
But you can't do this to me.
We have done it, Henry.
No.
You see, there was another name omitted in that list, which I carelessly mixed up with your papers. That of Henry Timken.
No.
Bon voyage.
I won't let you do this. You can't. Please, let me out. Let me out, please. This can't happen. Let me out. Let me out.
Attention. Missing since 8 o'clock last night, the following persons. Timken Henry, age 45, height 5 feet 8, 165 pounds, brown eyes, slightly balding, occupation records custodian. Repeat, Timken Henry, age 45, height 5 feet 8, 165 pounds.
In just a moment, a word about next week's adventure. Tonight, by transcription, X-1 has brought you The Man in the Moon, an original radio drama written by George Lefferts. Featured in the cast were Louis Van Rooten as Henry, Santos Ortega as the Chief, Ross Martin as Charlie, Sidney Smith as Otterburn, Bob Haig as Jake, Joe DeSantis as Philo,
and now we're going to go to our second X-1 feature that will bring us to the top of the hour. By the way, our next guest is Alexandra Holzer. Her father, Dr. Hans Holzer. We're going to be talking about ghosts, the paranormal, and things that go bump in the night. That's in the next hour. And then in hour number 4, we're going to be talking to Bishop Alan H. Greenfield. We're going to be talking to him about UFOs, extraterrestrials, and the hidden agenda. So without further ado, our second feature tonight in the old-time radio hour here on the X-Zone Radio Show, X-1 presents Zero Hour.
Countdown for blast off. X-5, 4, 3, 2, X-1, fire.
From the far horizons of the unknown come transcribed tales of new dimensions in time and space. These are stories of the future. Adventures in which you'll live in a million could-be years on 1,000 maybe worlds. The National Broadcasting Company, in cooperation with Street and Smith, publishers of Astounding Science Fiction, presents
X minus 1.
Tonight's story, 0 Hour, by Ray Bradbury.
It was a perfect summer day in the year 1985. Sunlight illumined the suburbs, and the town drowsed on a tide of warm, sunlit air. On the lawns, the children played, and in the homes, busy mothers prepared for the evening arrival of their husbands.
Excuse me, Mom.
Good heavens, Mink. What's all the excitement?
We're playing a game, Mommy, the most exciting game ever.
What are you doing in that cabinet?
I need some tools from Daddy's kit.
Your father may not
I'll
want...
take good care of them, Mom, I promise.
Very well, dear. Don't lose anything. Oh, what's the name of the game, Mink?
Invasion.
Invasion. What will they think of next?
This, and this, and this, and this. Put that over there and bring that over here. No, you ninny. Now get back while I fix this. They want it this way. See?
Sure. Just let me fix this.
We'd better talk to Drill and get some more instructions, Art.
Where is Drill? Drill? Hey, Drill! Drill!
He's in the rose bush, I think. I'll talk to him myself, and you write it down on the pad.
Okay.
Drill? Drill? Okay. Drill wants you to write down triangle.
What's a triangle?
Never mind. Drill will tell us when he wants us to know. It helps the invasion.
Well, how do you spell it?
Drill, how do you...
Shh! Mink, here's your mother, looking out the window.
Mink? Who are you talking to?
The rose bush, Mom. Only it's not really a rose bush. That's Drill.
Well, who's Drill?
He's planning the invasion.
Oh, what an imagination. You'd better come in, dear, and clean up for supper.
In just a second, Mom. Art, did you write down what Drill just said?
Yup. 4, 9, 7, and A, and B, and X, and a fork, and a string, and a hexagony.
Hexagonal, Droopy.
Oh.
Come in, Mink. Supper's in 10 minutes.
Okay, Mom, just a minute. I have to tell Drill. I wish we didn't have to eat, though. It holds up the invasion.
Mink, for heaven's sake, slow down. You'll choke on that soup.
I can't, Mom. It's a matter of life and death.
What's a matter of life and death?
The invasion.
What invasion is that?
Oh, just some silly game the children have been playing.
Well, whatever it is, Mink, it'll wait until you've finished your supper, I'm sure.
But Drill is waiting for me, Daddy.
Oh, who's Drill? New boy in the neighborhood?
He's new, all right, only you can't see him. Not yet. He hasn't come through yet.
What do you mean you can't see him?
He lives in a rose bush in our backyard.
Oh.
Imagination, Henry.
Mm-hmm. Well, while you're at it, tell me more about this new game.
It's Martians invading Earth, Dad.
What?
Well, not exactly Martians, Dad. They're from, I don't know, from up.
And from the inside of that little head of yours.
You're laughing. Drill said you would. You'll kill Drill and everybody.
Well, I didn't know you could kill a Martian.
Not really a Martian, Mum. Maybe he's from Jupiter. Or Venus, even.
Imagine.
They couldn't figure out a way to attack the Earth. So the kids are helping the Martians.
Oh, pretty slick, those Martians, using the kids for a fifth column, eh, Mary?
Drill says after the invasion, we can stay up as late as we want. No more baths either.
Oh, is that so?
And we can watch all the grown-up televisor shows.
Well, I don't wonder this invasion has caught on among the kids.
Some of the kids are giving us trouble, like Dale Britz and Petey Jarrick. They're growing up, so they won't believe in the invasion. They make fun. Worse than parents, even. I hate them worst. We'll kill them first.
I hope you're saving your father and me for last.
Drill says you're dangerous. Know why?
Why?
'Cause you don't believe the Martians ought to let us kids run the world. But I think they'll let me keep you because I'm helping so much. I'll talk to Drill. Maybe we won't have to kill you.
Mary, I think this nonsense has gone far enough.
Can I go out now, please?
Run along, dear.
Don't worry, Dad. I won't let them hurt you.
Televisor.
Oh, would you please connect me with Mrs. Helen Rogerson on Channel 72Z, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
What is your channel, please?
817X, New Rochelle, New York.
Thank you. Just a moment. Go ahead. You can see your party now.
Hi, Sis. How are things in New York?
Fine, Helen. How are things in Pittsburgh? Oh, you look tired.
Oh, I've been having a terrible time with the children.
Sick?
No, just underfoot. They've got a new game that's got me just about crazy. It's called Invasion.
Did you say invasion? Isn't that strange? My mink is playing it, too.
My boy Tim is all involved with some imaginary fellow named Drill, who's running the invasion.
Must be a new password. Mink likes him, too.
How do you suppose these games start? My backyard looks like a scrap drive. They've got every conceivable kind of mechanical gadget out there. I talked to Josephine Schiller in Boston, and she says her kids are wild about it, too. It's sweeping the country.
I can't understand it. Helen, do you suppose...
What?
Oh, nothing. Just a wild thought that crossed my mind. Oh, say, the reason I called is that black and white cake recipe...
What was that?
I don't know. One of the children might have hurt himself. I'll have to run and see, dear. Call me back tonight, will you?
All right, Mary. Bye.
Mink? What is it? Who was that who screamed?
Peggy Ann.
What happened?
She got scared and ran home.
Did you hit her?
Nope, she just got scared. She's a scare baby anyway.
Now, Mink, tell me why she screamed.
No, I can't.
Mink, you'll answer me or come inside this instant. I've had enough nonsense.
I can't quit now, Mom. It's almost 0 hour.
Then tell me what frightened Peggy Ann.
Okay, she saw Drill. He almost came through.
Through what?
Those pipes and things we set up. She looked into one of the pipes and screamed. I guess she saw Drill.
And no one hit her?
No, Mom.
Very well, Mink. I'll call Peggy Ann's mother and see how she is.
If we could only get Drill through, it would be easy. Then all the others could come through after him.
I'm going in now, Mink. I'll call you in for your bath in half an hour. Your father and I want to go out tonight.
You won't be able to go out, Mom.
Why not?
0 hour's 5 o'clock, Mom.
Hello, dear.
Oh, you're home early, Henry.
Mm-hmm. Thought I'd relax a little before we went to the theater. Where's the little one?
Out back.
Oh, same game?
Mm-hmm. Same game. They've got a stack of pipes and hammers and spoons a mile high out there.
Oh, my children. Why do we have them?
Well, they are strange creatures, aren't they? Even Mink. She's a part of us, and yet...
Yeah, look, dear, I'd like to discuss this with you, but we do have a theater date, and it's almost 5 o'clock now, so... Say, what's happened to the kids? They're so quiet. Now, when children are quiet, you know there's some mischief. Say, what's that sound?
I don't know.
Those kids aren't playing with anything electrical, are they?
I'm sure they aren't. At least...
Just the same, I'd better go out.
Henry, ask them to put off the invasion.
Good Lord, what's that? Mary, look out the window.
Henry!
What is it? Where are the children? Mary, why are you shaking? What did you see?
Henry! Quick, up to the attic.
Well, they aren't in the attic.
Yes, the attic, quick.
No, Mary, come back here. Mary, don't go up. They aren't up there.
Mary, are you out of your mind? There's no one up here.
Quick, shut the door. Lock it. Lock it.
But there's nothing up here. What is wrong with you? Now, Mary, come to your senses.
Henry, we've got to stay here and hide.
What are you talking about?
I saw it through the window. Henry, it was horrible. They weren't making believe. It is an invasion.
Oh, Mary, for heaven's sake, let's get down out of this attic and talk this over sensibly. I want to find out if Mink is all right.
She's all right. I saw her. She was leading them around the corner of the house.
Leading who? The kids?
Shh. Listen.
Well, there's nothing.
Listen. The front door. They're coming.
Good Lord, those kids sound like 50 men with boots on.
No, not men. Oh, please, God, don't let them find us. Don't let them, please, God.
I don't understand this. Who's there?
Don't shout, they'll hear.
Who's down there? I demand that you answer me.
Oh, they're coming. The whole house is shaking.
Who's there?
Hush, please be quiet. They might go away. Henry.
Mom? Dad? Are you in the attic?
Henry, listen.
That's Mink. It's Mink. We've got to save her.
Henry, don't you understand? She's leading them.
What?
She's leading them. She's on their side, Henry. Oh, please, God, forgive them.
The children on their side?
She told us, but we wouldn't believe her. Shh, listen. They're coming up. Oh, God.
Mom? Dad? We know you're in there. I guess you better melt the lock drill.
Henry, the lock. It's melting. The door. Oh, dear God.
Mom, Dad? Oh, I see you now. Peekaboo!
You have just heard X-1, presented by the National Broadcasting Company in cooperation with Street and Smith, publishers of Astounding Science Fiction. Tonight by transcription, X-1 has brought you 0 Hour by Ray Bradbury, as adapted for radio by George Lefferts. Featured in the cast were Nina Reeder, David Pfeffer, Peggy Lubin, Les Damon, Raleigh Bester, Bob Hastings, and John Larkin. X-1 was directed by Daniel Sutter and is an NBC Radio Network production.
Ivan was an old bear tracker. Tom was a man with dreams. And Ernie came along and I wrote the songs about a creature that few's ever seen. Monsters, myths, and mysteries, legend, tales, and facts. It brought us all together, and it's a reason for that. Up in North California, where the redwoods reach the skies, 3 men with a goal and a pact that they'd hold, and a promise till the day that they died. Answers to the questions no one's found before. Driving determination, the only key they had to unlock the door. Monsters, myths, and mysteries, legend, tales, and facts. What brought them together? Reason for the fact.
And welcome back, everyone. Wow, 2 X-1s. Old-time radio, wasn't it great? Did you sit back? Did you let your mind play theater? You're the director, you're the casting people, you're the costume people, you're the lighting director. You take the camera angles, and you play it in the theater of your mind. Before we go to our break at the top of the hour, the X-Chronicles newspaper for June is being distributed as we talk. Later on tonight, you'll be able to get your free online copy at www.rel-mar.com/X X201506. It's that simple. Once again, the web address is www.rel-hyphen-mar.com/X201506. It's 82 pages. It is in full color, 11 by 17 format. Here are just some of the stories that we're covering in the X Chronicles for June 2015. Of course, we're talking about the Alien Cosmic Expo. NASA goes to the Mars in a flying saucer. Texas UFOs prove to be lenticular clouds. UFOs over New York City and San Antonio, Texas. UFO sightings active in the Ozarks. Let me see here. Indoctrination of the Muslim Mind by Nicholas Jennings. Ghostly census. Russia's real deal UFO goes viral. And then we also talked about the Roswell alien was a mummified boy. And let me see here. And that's about it. Well, there are many more, but I don't want to spoil it for you guys. All you have to do is go to www.rel-mar.com/X201506. And what we're going to do for all the members of the X Zone Nation, as well as anyone listening to the show on the Starcom radio network each and every month, we're going to give you a copy. That's right, 100% free. It's the least we can do. It's our way of saying thank you for listening to the show, and thank you for being part of the X Zone Nation. Now, you're probably saying, how do I become a member of the X Zone Nation? Well, here's how simple it is. You're listening to the show, you're a member of the X Zone Nation. It's that simple. So once again, that web address, www.rel-hyphen-mar.com/X201506. I'll be back on the other side of this commercial break as Alexandra Holzer joins us. We're going to be talking to her about parapsychology, ghost hunting, paranormal occurrences, and much more. My name is Rob McConnell. This is the X Zone, and we're coming to you live and around the world from our broadcast center in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. If you'd like to give us a call, toll free, 1-800-610-7035. Our email address, xzone@xzoneradiotv.com. On all social media sites, Xzone Radio TV. And you can listen to the X Zone 724-365 at www.xzoneradiotv.com. I'll be back as we continue live and around the world on the Starcom Radio Network. Don't go away.